Sigmund Freud quotes. Before going, please subscribe to my channel. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Where does a thought go when it's forgotten? A woman should soften but not weaken a man. Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love have, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. The madman is a dreamer awake. Religion is an illusion, and it derives its strength from the fact that it falls in with our instinctual desires. The virtuous man contents himself with dreaming that which the wicked man does in actual life. He does not believe that does not live according to his belief. America is a mistake, a giant mistake. Beauty has no obvious use, nor is there any clear cultural necessity for it. Yet civilization could not do without it. My love is something valuable to me which I ought not to throw away without reflection. Making people happy wasn't part of God's plan when He made them. Love and work are the cornerstones of our humanness. Men are more moral than they think and far more immoral than they can imagine. The creative writer does the same as the child at play. He creates a world of fantasy which he takes very seriously. Loneliness and darkness have just robbed me of my valuables. When a love relationship is at its height, there is no room left for any interest in the environment. A pair of lovers are sufficient to themselves. The ego is not master in its own house. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Men are strong so long as they represent a strong idea. They become powerless when they oppose it. Public self is a conditioned construct of the inner psychological self. Our memory has no guarantees at all, and yet we bow more often than is objectively justified to the compulsion to believe what it says. I never want to belong to any club that would have someone like me as a member. Everyone owes nature a death. Dream is the dreamer's own psychical act. Nothing that is mentally our own can ever be lost. If children could, if adults knew. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. The weakness of my position does not imply a strengthening of yours. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. Places are often treated like persons. In matters of sexuality we are at present, every one of us, ill or well, nothing but hypocrites. For there is a way back from imagination to reality, and that is art. Dreams are never concerned with trivia. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. The medical profession is justly conservative. Human life should not be considered as the proper material for wild experiments. With words one man can make another blessed, or drive him to despair. The scope of one's personality is defined by the magnitude of that problem which is capable of driving a person out of his wits. You wanted to kill your father in order to be your father yourself. Now you are your father, but a dead father. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Trying to be completely sincere with yourself is a good exercise. The words which we use in our everyday speech are nothing other than watered-down magic. Every man must find out for himself in what particular fashion he can be saved. Dogs love their friends and bite their enemies, quite unlike people, who are incapable of pure love and always have to mix love and hate. Anatomy is destiny. Dark, unfeeling and unloving powers determine human destiny. Every man is a poet at heart. We can never give up. We only exchange one thing for another. No one who still shares a delusion will ever recognize it as such. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. It is an honor to have plenty of enemies. Happiness is the belated fulfillment of a prehistoric wish. For this reason wealth brings so little happiness. Money was not a childhood wish. When people criticize me, I know how to defend myself. But I'm powerless in the face of praise. Words were originally magic. And the word retains much of its old magical power even today. Thank you.